In today's episode, a young gentleman will polish the asphalt. A manual gearbox will be used. And Polska Grom! You Americans call this a van? We in Poland call it a win. Some crazy guys from Poland, called motokoty, took a Peugeot van and cut everything that is not necessary for it to drive. The result is this abomination that is still drivable. I guess it can be still called a minivan? Oh yeah, and it can do stoppies too. You know what looks cool but is actually a bad idea? Polishing your brake rotors. On a serious note, please don't do this. I still need you alive so I can get more ad revenue. In case you wondered what the 1% of Dubai was doing when all of their cars got flooded, here you go. While they may have lost millions of dollars worth of expensive cars, hell, probably even billions, they couldn't be bothered at all. Oh man, I wish someone found oil in Poland. Habibi, come to Dubai. Forget all of the motocross bikes. This is what real off-road motorcycles look like. This is also a reminder to the editor, Kenneth, to add a Batman reference. The guys behind this project, Grind Hard Plumbing, used a KTM engine making 150 horsepower, put on comically large 46-inch wheels, which are being held together with a steel tube frame that weighs only 370 kilograms / 820 pounds. Sorry. Since it's not very easy for soft hands to turn such a big wheel, they firstly tried using hydraulic steering. Whoa. Which resulted in this. And then they finally got it to work with a boat steering cable. It honestly seems to ride surprisingly good. If there's any use case for lifted trucks, then it's probably 4 additional passenger spaces, thanks to big, deep rims. Actually, this may give human traffickers an idea. Maybe we should delete this video. Nah, ad revenue is more important. Everyone was okay, by the way. Also, some comments said 21-inch wheels. Man, this is stupid. At first glance, the driver of Old Smoky, the fastest half-mile truck in the world, making over 1300 horsepower, simply made a huge mistake in this video, where he's competing at the Pikes Peak Hill Climb race competition. Take a look. Now, the driver was okay, most importantly. And the reason for this incident was simply put, brake failure. The driver tried to slow down the car by hooking the ditch, however he took too much of it, thus catapulting him off the road. When hanging around car meets, be careful to not step on someone's car by accident. Just like this, slightly lowered Honda. Please respect all builds.
Loverboy, certified Let him cook!
If that's not enough, then here's a classic Volkswagen bug following this trend. Notes to the editor, we should get a Miata hardtop and do the same.
Yes, please.
Unlike rear-wheel drive cars, front-wheel drive cars are easier to save from spinning out by pinning the gas pedal, since the front wheels basically pull the car out of trouble. Check out how this Renault Clio driver regains control after almost spinning out. What really contributed to this was staying on the throttle. It takes balls of steel to keep pushing in such a situation though. Great save. I personally never understood the appeal of the subculture in the car world that focuses on dragging their cars on asphalt. I mean, it's so Oh, look at those sparks. That is cool. If you're that one guy in the friend group that knows how to drive a manual and you make being able to drive a manual your entire personality, show your friends this video and say this is how you drive your car every day. For those that don't know what's going on here, this is basically the simplest manual transmission. Okay, on a serious note, the truck in this video is a 60-year-old Mack B61 and it has a quad-box transmission with 18 gears. Koenigsegg has started hitting some records lately. You might have heard about the Jesko Absolute setting a new world record of doing 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour in 27.83 seconds. They still didn't manage to beat my 0 to 57 to 0 record though, maybe because nobody bothered to try it. But for now, the track variant of Jesko, called Jesko Attack, has just set a Laguna Seca lap record, and we have it all on video. With a time of 1 minute and 24.8 seconds, it beat the previous record held by the McLaren Senna by almost 3 seconds. This next video will show a Nissan Fairlady Z, and Kenneth, the editor, will put a slowly disappearing black bar over it. And I guarantee you, the lower it will go, the more you will be impressed. This is called automotive edging. Here is proof that Americans are so jealous of the 1.9 TDI engine that even with a Porsche they have to fine-tune them to mimic the legendary sound of the 1.9 TDI. VANAS, not to be confused with VANOS Gaming, is a variable valve timing system used by BMW on lots of their engines. It is known for being unreliable to the point that it should be replaced or refurbished every 70,000 miles. It is a classic case of German over-engineering and BMW guys hate it. Here you can see somebody checking its functionality. Guess this car by the sound. Exactly, it is the Miata Busa. Wait. Never mind, this is the Honda CBR engine. The owner of this Miata put a Honda CBR 1000RR engine into it, which revs up to 13,000 RPM, and when shifting, it just sounds as you were driving a phone car. I love it, and I know you do too. Just check this out for yourself. This is probably the craziest Ford Fiesta ever made. I mean, it could be potentially even crazier than the one that Ken Block used in one of his first Gymkhanas, since he had 650 horsepower and this one has way more. And he would have loved to try this one, I'm sure. Rest in peace, Ken. It is powered by a Volvo inline 5 turbo engine taken from the Focus RS Mark II. It has 1000 horsepower and a 1:1 power to weight ratio. That's right, it only weighs like 1 ton. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.
That doesn't make sense.